to my Positive Perspective Internet show today, where we feature individuals and groups who share the common goal of improving the local Charleston community. Today's episode is brought to you by Gatorade, a great way to quench your thirst. Joining me in today's episode is Brian and Shirley. So how you doing, Brian?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Jason?
Great, man. Great. I'm doing well. And me and you were discussing on this episode one of the most, well-known, funniest comedians of all time. And we lost him in 2010, November 2010, Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
His comedy career, hundreds of movies, TV shows, lots of stuff. What's your opinion on his take of comedy?
Well, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but he started off as a serious actor. He was a serious actor for many, many years. A lot of science fiction movies back in the 50s and 60s. And like you said, he played hundreds of roles. So he was a different guy in a lot of movies. He had that voice, too, that was unmistakable, the deep resonation, bass, baritone voice, or whatever you want to call it. Then it took off with Police Squad, and the Airplane and Naked Gun series really catapulted him. And later in his career, I think he was in his
probably in his
50s or 60s. Yeah, he made it as, whenever he started to really get that national audience. And and I was just thinking about this. The one thing about his humor, if you watch him, any of these movies, he was always straight though. He never smiled, rarely did he smile. His comedy came from his character. All he did really was deliver the lines brilliantly.
Yeah.
And the comedy came from just his character in whatever situation. You know, it was more of and I mean, he did do a little buffoonery, I guess, when he was like playing the umpire and the Naked Gun. And stuff like that, which was hilarious. But most of the time, it was, his straight lines, which were the funniest ones. He was delivering them serious, like a serious actor. But the writing of those guys, when they saw his character, what they could do with it. So it was a combination of his character on screen that he had developed over the years, and the writers of Naked Gun and Airplane, the Zucker, I believe it was Jerry Zucker.
Zucker Brothers.
Zucker Brothers. Their writing just, I don't know, it was a perfect marriage of his character with their scripts. So that was the whole beauty of it. It was just one of those right time, right place type things.
Yeah, certainly. What sort of things did you learn from him and kind of like hope to apply to your own comedy career?
I think the straight man thing, the being serious to get a laugh. I like that. I like the not always having to be goofy, or being goofy without being goofy, really.
Without crying.
I mean, just delivering the straight, we're all counting on both of you. Just the little lines, delivering them, and it's straight, but it's a funny line. And the other thing is that when Airplane came along, my last name is Shirley, a lot of you might know. So when I was growing up, it was always Laverne and Shirley, right? Then Airplane came out, and guess what? Surely you can't be serious, right?
So Shirley.
And people go, "Oh, you must hate that." Well, actually, it never bothered me really, but and it still doesn't. I still think it's funny, and I still laugh at it, and I mean, I heard it the other day on the radio, because that's the other thing. They'll use clips from those movies in between songs and stuff sometimes. And they played and Stop Calling Me Shirley, and it still cracked me up, and that's what's the beauty of those movies. They're clean, they're smart. It is kind of a goofy thing, but you got to have a little bit of, intelligence to get some of the jokes from those movies too. That's what I liked about him. And he would play scenes, like I remember one scene from Naked Gun. He was patting down, a perp.
Ed Kennedy or something, maybe, huh?
And instead of reaching into the perp's pants to get to the wallet. He accidentally reached into his partner's
Ed Kennedy's,
pants.
yeah.
And pulled his wallet out and looked at it and go, okay, who else has got a picture of his wife?
Who else has seen his wife? That's okay, Frank.
He goes, Frank, settle down.
Frank.
Yeah.
Okay, you didn't do anything, huh?
Right.
Yeah. Oh man, you know, the series of those movies are corny.
Oh yeah.
But if you don't find humor in those movies, you really just need to expand your horizons and your own creativity, because it allows his jokes really allow the audience to expand their humor level, and it's like a lot of those jokes in the Naked Gun series I wouldn't really find funny, but it is funny just because he's saying it and it's the way he's saying it. He's not saying it like he's looking for a laugh. He knows he's gonna get a laugh if he just remains calm and kind of just is himself. And then I think his integrity and his ability to remain himself was one of the keys that got him to the level where he got.
Right. Yeah, and I think delivering the lines like he did was just one of the biggest milestones of his career, because it just kept him up there too. Even though he was probably doing it for 50, 60 years,
he probably did it noticed.
The same. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It just took that writing team and his abilities to come together to put it on the map.
And like you said too, you got to break with the Naked Gun series. You got to break with winning that role. And careers such as mine and yours, we need a break or something to catapult us. But just having fun and winning and just kind of waiting on that to occur, just naturally waiting it to occur. And then that's what Nielsen did, and that's really worth emulating.
And I think the thing about it is just taking those scenes and tying them together the way they did. That's the beautiful thing about watching those movies, because it's almost just a series of funny scenes.
Yeah,
sometimes
it is.
Them. There was one where they were in an airport and he was meeting an old friend or something, and the guy comes up and they hug or shake hands or whatever, and he goes. Leslie Nielsen's like, wow, I remember back from the last time we saw each other. And they showed what just happened just now. And it was one of those scenes it just was so funny.
Yeah.
And, just those little things like that. How would they, and, he sells it so well because as they're filming that, they're not actually seeing that in their head.
Right.
And just the way they sold it was brilliant. Just little stupid things like that.
Yeah.
Stick out.
Certainly. Well, we want to thank y'all for watching, tuning into the My Positive Perspective show. Don't forget our radio shows are on Kinetic Hi-Fi on Wednesdays. Ron and Shirley's BTS radio show is on from 4 to 6 p.m. I'm right behind them from 6 to 8 p.m. So please tune us in, and thank you for watching. Have a great day.
On a sunny day, I feel my thoughts drift away. Only good vibes and good times living in my brain. On a sunny day, catch me lamping in the shade, feeling so fine and so high. Oh, my sunny day, still I hope all my efforts will one day pan out. Love within, you'll never be without. So I roll, feeling strong and so invincible.